So what we're gonna do is, we're Darth. Darth, okay, just chill out. Darth,
I will chill.
did I just hear what I think?
I'm telling you right.
Darth, okay, I just need you to relax. Darth.
James.
Darth.
Not going to be,
Okay, Darth, seriously, you're the only person that I've ever wanted to give the boot to.
Darth ain't gonna be happy after this one.
Okay. James is a total scumbag.
Yeah.
He promised me that the next person would be a serious interlocker. And he's just as bad as all the rest of them.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
James, you know what? And this is all James's fault. Okay? Because if he was because he's so bent on being Mr. Neutral and Mr. Giggler, okay?
Okay, so Darth is quite triggered right now. So Darth.
This guy was as bad as every single the rest of these people.
So he was gonna be
okay. Yeah. James is a complete horse's ass.
He doesn't know how to moderate. He has zero ability to moderate.
This guy, Red Venture, was a complete train wreck. He was as bad as every single one of the previous interlocutors on Modern Day Debate. I begged James. He came to me asking me to be on a show again. I said, I don't want to be on your show. You keep on bringing me on these horses' asses who argue like they're at the lunch table, okay, at the cafeteria table, okay, in 9th grade. I said, I want a serious adult interlocutor, or don't bring me anyone at all. I said, I don't want a cluster fluster like what happened the last time.
Go run away from the question.
I am answering
all right,
question.
Guys, hold on a second.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
You got to step in, James, because this is turning into a cluster fuster like the previous interlocutors. He's acting like a child.
Okay,
dude, I'm steamrolling your shitty argument. Your shitty script.
You're not steamrolling
you
me
guys.
at all.
Okay, same crap happened all over again.
Exactly.
The exact same crap, and then he starts giggling as usual.
Okay, Darth, look, we are going to go to the Q&A shortly, so thank you, Darth.
The guy, James, is a horse's ass.
Yeah, more than ever, he's shown his true colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a jackass, dude.
You did catch him once, I'll tell you that much. And then the rest of the
I had to leave, or else I was really gonna pop my cork.
Yep.
Okay. This guy had the debate capacity of a 16-year-old.
And James had the guts, the gall to talk about you breaking a promise. That dude was a freaking snake.
You know what? Wait till I talk with him privately again. I'm gonna give it to him. He's such a lying ass. Okay. When I talk with him privately, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. We'll get you somebody who's a serious person who's not going to evade and dodge. Okay." And I said, "You better do it, because this will probably be my last time. I didn't even want to do it again." And he begged me to come on.
Probably because he's making a lot off the super chats when you're on.
Okay. Well, he's not going to make money on the super chat now, because I left.
But he's still reading them over there. He's reading them right now, so I think he's still
listen. Not only is Red Venture an absolute train wreck and a clown show, so is James.
Yeah, both of them are. They're peas in the pod.
Oh, I'm being neutral here.
No, you're not. He was obviously not being neutral whatsoever.
No, so hold on. Let me give you a little logic 101 here, bud.
He was clueless.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's not even intelligent.
He's just simply an argumentative idiot. Okay.
Yeah, he had no idea what he was saying.
And you know what? I tried to keep my cool, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Okay. I am not going to be abused like that by the host and this dumb piece of crap. Okay.
He's getting tons of super chats still. He's still getting money off the super chats.
Well, make that be the last. I'll tell you what, man. Make that be the last time he gets these super chats.
Yeah, don't go back in there.
That's why he likes it, because he gets a lot when you're in there.
And he knows that and he wanted to trigger you because there was right in the beginning of the debate. What pissed me off? He's supposed to be a moderator, and the guy tells Duncan, "You effing idiot," and I'm like, "Okay, you're a moderator. You're just gonna let that go?"
I don't know what you just mean. I'm not getting a clear answer.
I just explained what a conceptualist is, you moron.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go here.
Do you accept?
He didn't say anything about it.
He did.
And you ignored it.
Now,
And
hold on a
Duncan,
second.
you ignored it too.
And now, if I had talked that way to him, I would have been muted and I would have been reprimanded.
Dude, he threw out an expletive in the opening statement he made. Who does that?
Darth, when was the last time you had a well-moderated debate?
Like, really never on modern day debate.
Yeah, I've been on modern day debate. James is a spineless jellyfish, and I told him that to his face in front of the YouTube audience.
Darth, I'm not going to play
Of course
your
you
game.
are, because you're a little spineless little jellyfish.
Oh, why do you have to make it personal? Okay, so
because it's self-evident for the YouTube audience.
He's a spineless jellyfish, right? If he had a pair of balls, right, he would at least step in. Could you explain to me why is it that in my interactions with all of these clowns, why is it from James' perspective, I'm always the bad guy?
I mean, that's what they want to paint you as because they have nothing else.
That's how he's getting his views. That's why he knows that.
You know,
and
I'm the only. You know what? It's like he gets a hard on for these atheists who come in here, and I'm the bad boy. Okay, I bend over.
Is James a Christian?
I bend over backwards, being patient with these absolute idiots who he brings to me. And I told him the last time, not this time, but the last time, on camera and off camera, I let him know in uncertain terms. James, you're an absolute jerk. You're a terrible moderator. You keep on bringing me these flunkies who are absolute morons. All they want to do is be argumentative and not debate like an adult. Yeah. And he begged me. He goes, oh, no. Well, and I said, and he goes, oh, do you want to debate Red Venture? And I said, have you screened him? Has he absolutely committed himself that he's going to conduct himself like an adult and he's going to directly answer my questions rather than filibustering? Do you have that commitment? He goes, oh, yes, he's committed to it. And I said, I better hope so. I said, because if it's the same cluster F-U-C-K that happened the last 5 times. I said, James, I promise you, I'm going to let you have it on camera. I'm going to let you know what a loser you are as a moderator and somebody who set up these debates. He knew ahead of time that I was going to give it to him if my interlocutor, if he didn't keep the interlocutor on and say, listen, you're not addressing the question. I'm trying to be neutral, but you're not addressing the question. And he didn't do it.
And he knows how James got on hands and said, you didn't keep your promise, dog. He tried to turn around on you all extra quick.
Okay, you know what? What a piece of crap he is. Okay? So in other words, because I exposed the fact that he utterly broke his promise again to me, he tries to throw me under the bus rather than admit, that he broke his promise to me.
You repeated yourself.
This is the argument. You got blown the out.
Metaverse.
So let's go on to the logic stuff that you're running from.
James, you promised me you were going to get me a serious interlocutor.
So
I am a serious interlocutor. I blew the shit out of your argument.
Here we go. Okay, Darth, what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys, we're going to give, all right, Darth, they can't hear you, Darth. I'm sorry, but so...
Yeah,
listen.
I promise you I will call you out on...
Darth, how do you...
Is James a Christian?
He's a Catholic. Catholic.
As far as I know, he's not a Christian.
I have to ask you though, how did you get away with when he would mute you?
Darth, I don't know how you found out how to unmute yourself. So what we're gonna do is Darth,
and then you unmute. How did you do that? Huh?
It's because I'm a highly skilled IT man.
No, honestly, that was hilarious. That was so funny.
I have IT powers beyond what you people know. Okay. Actually, there's just a microphone button, and I clicked on it, and it unmuted.
That was it.
That's it. I'm sorry. I don't apologize for getting irritated. Okay. James is a total failure. He's a total loser as a debate producer and organizer. He completely broke his promise again to me after I begged and pleaded with him to get me a serious interlocutor. Okay. And he contacted me again. I didn't contact him. And I said, you're going to screen my interlocutor? You're going to get me somebody who doesn't have the mindset of a 16-year-old arguing at a cafeteria table, who's going to not dodge, and evade, and play the old argumentative game and run the clock out? And he goes, oh, yes. And I said, well, you better make sure, James, because if you don't, I'm going to let you have it in no uncertain terms right on camera.
Yeah, you promised me you were going to have an adult interlocutor, James.
How did I get muted?
Yeah, Philip Jr., I see you posted a remark at Demolishing Wade. Can't wait to watch you come crawling back to James. Hey, moron, okay? James has begged and asked me to come on his show every single time. I never came crawling to him. He came crawling to me every single time, moron.
Yeah, James ought to be ashamed of himself. And then he say that you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Darth?
Darth, you've been extremely rude. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
And you've been very rude to me.
When you can have a conversation like an adult.
Yeah.
No. This guy was throwing me under the bus because he was exposed.
Yeah.
His total breaking his commitment to me. And I warned him ahead of time. I said, James, as a person, I like you. I said, you're very likable. I said, but as a debate producer and moderator, I go, you're terrible. I told him this behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I said, James, I'm not going to say anything to you behind your back that I'm not going to say to your face. I said, you are a likable person. I said, James, I like you, but you're a terrible producer. You're a terrible moderator. Okay. You have picked the worst interlocutors out there. And I said, if it happens again, I said, I'm going to give it to you with both barrels right on live stream. Okay. So you better be prepared, James. You better not pick out another argumentative flunky for me who's going to waste my time. I said, I'm going to give it to you right on camera, both barrels blasting. And he knew ahead of time. And so I gave him what I told him I was giving him. Then he tries to throw me under the bus. I didn't break any promise. Not one.
You know, it's obvious he did that because he got defensive. He got real defensive and uncomfortable. So he wants to try to play the victim and, try to turn it around back on you when he's actually the one who's in the wrong.
Here we go.
No,
Thanks
okay, now
so
you're
much,
lying, James.
Darth.
James, now you're lying to the YouTube audience.
You said that you were going to be reasonable. You said you were going to be reasonable.
I am being reasonable, and I'm not going to be.
And it's patently obvious to anybody with a normal, rational thinking brain.
Okay, so idiot Philip, as long as you conduct yourself as an adult, you'll be allowed to speak and disagree.
And all he has to do, look, like I said before, man, it's not even for me so much that these interlocutors are terrible. If James would just do his damn job as a moderator, then even if these interlocutors suck, they'll be at least kept to task. That's all we ask, is that these people get kept to task. And he doesn't do his damn job, and it's the same crap every single time.
What I don't get is the fact that he was okay with that with Red not answering any questions, and then he would literally put that aside and advocate for Red to ask a question when he couldn't even answer you.
Wasn't that puke worthy?
I didn't like the look of that James guy from listen, I've never seen him. I may have watched 2 of his videos in the past, but I just didn't like I didn't like who he was, and he seemed like he had these starky laughs every time that he was letting Red slip.
Yeah, when I would interject and say, Red, you're not addressing the question, then James would intercede, as you just said, and then say, all right, we're going to stop. Darth, be quiet. Darth, be quiet. Okay, go ahead, Red. Ask your question. It's like, what?
Yeah, to call that a total dumpster fire is an insult. It's a gross understatement. There's not enough dumpster fires in the world to describe how bad that was. And you know what? I would say it was actually even worse than when you debated what's his face. Snake is right. It's even worse this time because he had prior knowledge not to do it again, and he did it again. That's what makes it worse.
And by the way, this is number 6 or 7?
Yeah.
And remember, he's the one who sought me out. I have never contacted him to be on his show. Never.
And watch this moron post up these videos. I defeated Darth Dawkins.
Oh my God! This guy was every much as a train wreck as Snake. Hey, maybe they were separated at birth.
Whoa!
What a train wreck! Absolute train wreck. Okay. See, this is what they do. They know that I have powerful and clear questions. They know that if they truthfully answer my questions, they're going to be in deep trouble. So they're bound and determined to not answer my question, filibuster, and run the clock out. Yeah, James Coons is an absolute disgrace. He's a total fool. Okay, and if I have the opportunity to speak to him again, I will tell him to his face, just like I did the last time. Okay, I told him in privately that I thought his conduct was terrible the last times he was moderating, and I said, James, you better get me a serious player. I don't want it with one of these argumentative little teenagers. Yeah, the sad thing is Red Venture is suffering from the Dunning-Kruger effect.
What is that?
How shall I put it?
It's arrogance to where you think you're more intelligent than what you really are.
Yeah, you think you're more educated, erudite, and competent in a topic that you're discussing.
Understood.
Yeah, he's just Red Venture is just he's just totally moronic. Okay. So this is inevitably what they do. Okay. Since they don't want to answer my questions, they just lie and they pretend like they're answering my questions. I mean, this guy tonight, what a train wreck. I begged and I pleaded with James. I go, James, let's not have this repeat of what happened the last 5 times, okay? Get me somebody who's going to be a serious person. You better screen them. You better talk to them. You better tell them, you need to answer Darth's questions, okay? And not filibuster, not dodge. Okay?
Well, you know what? If his intention was to get you on just to have a good payday, and he was doing it for deceitful purposes, he accomplished his task.
Yeah, James is a disgrace. He's as bad as these trolls he picks out. Okay, people usually don't pick avatars like that, especially a cartoon, unless it's some type of a caricature of themselves. Okay, so this guy's a long-haired hippie freak. Right? He's a little girly man. Look, whether people think I should have been even more patient than I was, I warned James not only in text, but we were in a live face-to-face meeting, okay? And I told them, James, I'm just telling you right now, I'm not going to pull any punches. If the same crap that happens, like the last 5 times, I said, I'm going to come after you verbally. I said, I'm going to let you have it right between the eyes. And I said, you better be prepared for it. I said, because I'm warning you, okay? You don't want me to come after you, then you better be a good moderator. No, he's a little spineless little jellyfish.
Right off the bat, the guy calls you an effing idiot. I'm like, what? He just asked you a question, and you're like calling him an effing idiot right off the hop?
I know.
Yeah, he throws out an expletive in his opening statement, insults you right off the bat.
But every time, like, the moderator would be telling Darth Duncan to calm down and, oh, you're let him answer. Like, he's acting like you're doing everything wrong, and it's like, dude, I didn't hear you discipline the other guy once. Even when he was dropping F-bombs right in the beginning, calling you an effing idiot. You're just letting that go like it's okay.
An all-around disgusting person, dude. At least when it comes to moderating debates. Like Darth said, he may actually be a good guy outside that, but when it comes to moderating debates, he's a scumbag.
High class.
He's a Catholic.
He's right there.
Look, I told him.
Catholics are atheists in disguise.
I told him to his face privately several times. I said, I don't dislike you personally, but I'm disgusted with your production skills, screening my interlocutors. And I said, you're a terrible moderator. You're just terrible. And I said, you didn't keep your promise. And he didn't do it again. Okay? Look, if I saw James Coons on the side of the road with a flat tire, I'd be more than happy to help him. If he wanted to sit down and just have a cup of coffee and a cheeseburger and talk about some favorite movies we have, I'm fine with that. Okay, I can compartmentalize my bashing of these people, but when it comes to this issue, I'm disgusted with them.
Yeah, you have every right to be, man. You got betrayed not once but twice, so.
Just be careful, Mr. Yester. You're next on my list. We'll do it live.
We'll debate Calvinism next.
What does that mean?
Get your blood boiling. Well, I'll fully convert you to Calvinism tonight, man, because you're just you're at the mercy of me. So,
what does that mean to play us out? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
To play us out. What does that mean?